Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 7 of the Mercedes challenge. Guys, last episode was amazing and an awesome dry race meant we took the lead of both of the championships. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell with some awesome finishes in the races, guys. This episode, of course, last episode we breached the cost cap. Russell's going to be getting a new gearbox for this weekend as well, so we won't be able to upgrade the car anymore. That's just the way it is, but obviously winning races, the car is super quick, and we've got the USA Grand Prix coming up this week. We lead both championships, and you know, the only way we can manufacture car parts now is with completely rushing everything, which means we're spending a load of money on car parts. We can't improve the car, but there's not too many races left, so the way it's going to go is, so we'll have Austin, Mexico and Sao Paulo in this episode, and the final episode will be Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi, which will be super important to see if we can win board attendance at the Grand Prix. Oh, who cares? Welcome to the Grand Prix, guys. It's going to be the last episode. Next episode today is going to show if we can really fight for that championship and push into a nice big gap in front of us. But this is the United States Grand Prix, and who cares about bonuses? Not me anymore. And here we are. This is the Austin, Texas Grand Prix, and this is how we're going to start the cars for practice. Copy this if you're at the Texas Grand Prix. We're going to have penalties for both cars. That's okay. We've got new gearboxes. And it's a sprint weekend. If. Okay, a couple penalties coming in. That's okay. We finished 4 and 5, though. Not too good. 95, 82. Okay, and into qualifying as usual. I'll sim quali. See how well we're going. Obviously, we've got penalties 5 and 6. Ooh, not really where we want to be. I'll just simulate the whole thing. You know, am I going to do better in quali? Maybe. Oh, perfect. Well, Lewis got on pole, Perez penalty, Russell penalty. That means Max, without the penalties, is going to be on the pole. But, of course, when is he going to take penalties? He's not taken any penalties yet. Surely at some point he has to, and then he's going to be way down the order, and we'll have the fresh car parts ready, and we'll be all good. So I think, guys, we're going to start with the medium tires. Is going to be the best bet here. We start 4 and 7. It's not too bad. Of course, this is qualifying before the penalties are going to be applied. Is that correct? That is correct. So I don't know why it said 4 and 7, because obviously we are not starting 4 and 7. Unless it said 4 and 1 and I'm just being an absolute moron. My bad, you know. That's just the way it is. But this is the race. All we got to do, guys, push from the first lap. Hope for the best. Russell already making a move. Let's go, George. Big one there. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was terrible. But Verstappen's now behind George. Everyone is running the medium tyre, which is all good. Just push from the start and hope for the best. Let's go. Well, we're 10 laps in. Not much has really changed. Everything is kind of similar. Perez has fallen back a few places now. Hamilton is being overtaken, and he's overtaking Verstappen, and then he's just kind of switching back and forward. We're at 65. Other cars are a little bit lower than us on the tyres, so maybe we're doing a pretty good job of saving. See if we can actually, don't concept that. We want to have, no, we'll want to top up a little bit more ERS, then we'll push ERS and save the fuel, and that should all be good. We can drop nothing much to really do. We've got gaps everywhere that are kind of small, but of course if Verstappen goes for the overtake, that means Leclerc's going to get closer, and then, you know, it's just kind of a repeating system. And with a big tactical push around after this DRS straight, Leclerc and Verstappen were fighting quite a lot, so I decided to push Hamilton. It's really just a case of watching the other cars. They were battling each other. I decided to put a big push on literally for half the lap, and we've pulled out a huge gap, and we've still got a bonus on the tyre advantage as well. And not only that, but Russell as well is right behind them, and we've got a lot of fuel saved up as well right now, so that is good. We've got lots of tyre wear to go as well, so we're just chilling. I know there is a bit of a gap. I don't want that to keep going really, because then Russell's not going to be able to overtake them. If they get DRS and Russell doesn't, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Maybe if we push here, we might have a little bit of a chance to even catch up and maybe make a move. We'll have a quick look. So there's a cow DRS. It's Leclerc. Verstappen's in front. We are closing up a little bit. As you can see, the gap closing right down with us pushing right now. Lewis absolutely sending it in the front with these cars battling and pushing Lewis. The gap is just increasing a lot. And down the inside, well, why is he defending against us for? That's interesting. And well, that's one car out the way. Can Russell overtake Verstappen here as well? That would be great for us to make sure he doesn't take home a bunch of points as well. We are pushing him. He's got the DRS and he is passed. We're currently at 35. They're just a little bit above us in tyre wear, but there's not long to go. So I'm happy to push the tyres. There's literally like 2 laps to go, so or last lap even right now. So that's all good to keep pushing. Oh, I'm not happy that he's going to have to sit behind him there. We'll have to see. Surely we can make an overtake with the DRS here. Please don't make Verstappen have the DRS. Please. Okay, Russell's got the DRS. Perfect. That will secure us this race win. And obviously the second place as well. Hamilton, huge gap. Russell now, we just need to do a little bit of defending. Make sure that we don't fall off a cliff and we should be all good. The gap's already pretty big. Let's make sure we don't go over on the fuel, and that should be a nice easy P1 and P2. And it's confirmed. Easy P1, P2, shoosh. But now we're going to be dealt with some penalties, but at least we take the points home, which is very important. And the grid place confirms P4, P5, not too bad. And the strategy is in, guys. It's going to be a 2-stop for both drivers. I expect everyone else is going to go for this. If they start on the mediums, it's okay. If they start on the softs, maybe they'll pull away, but towards the end of the race, surely they'll fall off. And they do start on the softs. That is what I expected, but it's 5 red lights, and away we go. Look who didn't decide to push their cars off the spawn. What a great start to this race. But you know, P4, P5. Oh god, don't hit each other, please. Let's push him and get past him. Whoa, that's my teammate, dude. Don't fight him, please. We got Verstappen at the front of the grid. This penalty was really not much at all to us. We started with Russell in P4 and managed to bring home a P1 and a P2, so I think we should be fine with this race. And some great work from Hamilton. We've been able to pull away from Verstappen, and even Leclerc is overtaken, and Verstappen's still running on the soft that he put on at the start of the race, and they're absolutely falling off the cliff. So is Sergio Perez. That means his race time is coming down. They're boxing Perez right now. Hopefully, if we can push Russell and get a really good couple of laps right now, we might be able to catch up to him. I'm going to send it for this lap, I think. Alright, it's definitely time to box Hamilton then. That is for sure. Right, let's send these tyres until the end of this lap. Russell, I guess we'll go next lap to the next set of mediums. Looks pretty good to me. And hopefully we're able to cover off Verstappen. I'm going to box on the same lap. No issues. 38 seconds stop. 6.8. Oh, God. That's not good at all, is it? Hamilton is now behind Verstappen. That is absolutely terrible for the championships. Carlos Sainz also has a pit stop issue, guys, but with us holding back a little bit on the fuel, let's don't fight the teammate George, please. I don't want anything to slow us down around here. So we're still keeping the gap to Verstappen while saving fuel with Hamilton, and look, he's even trying to overtake him. So if we save up a bunch of fuel now, I know obviously it'll bring the weight up, and that means a little bit less race pace, but I think, look, it's fine to leave this tyre there. By the time we get to the hards, we'll have a bunch of fuel. We'll be able to push, and we should be good to keep pushing and push away from these guys. Let me just, I don't want Russell to lose out to Perez if we can stay within the DRS of Max, but obviously then we're sort of in a catch-22. Do we speed past Max and then lose the end of the race, or do we stay now and Perez is with us? It's kind of like the same difference, you know. If we could get both cars past Verstappen, that would be great. But what percentage is he on? He's on 66, so we've got a lot of room to be working with here. Where are we? Number 1. Right, so how about if we push now?
We're not worried about using the tyres up.
Right, so we're coming towards the end of the lap. We can keep DRS is fine there, but now can we break the DRS towards the end? It's going to be a tight one. We might be able to break that DRS. And then if we push Russell now, we'll be able to make the overtakes. It all depends on if Verstappen has got that DRS or not. And it comes on now. And he does have it. No. He does have it, but we'll keep pushing the tyres. We'll push it a little bit less. But on the next straight for the DRS, he doesn't have DRS. Verstappen might get overtaken by Russell here, which would be very nice. He's not going to, is he? He's not going to do it just yet, which is fine. Is he? Oh, he's got dived on the inside. Okay, George. I see. Now we're through. Okay, so he's coming back at us there. That's not too good. The gap is still too much for Russell to get DRS. I don't want Verstappen to now be overtaking us. And he doesn't. Now it's just a matter of time. If we can pull away more time from Verstappen to create a good gap, which would be very nice. But obviously we're going to have to push the cars for a few laps and see what we can do. Can we stay away from him? He can't, and the gap is increasing to Verstappen as well by pushing the cars, which is very good. And it's time to make the box, guys. We're going to be boxing this lap for Hamilton, next lap for Russell. If there's another pit stop error or a safety car the lap after we've boxed, I'm going to be very angry, but hopefully... Okay, let's go, Louis. No problem in the pits, please. If there's a problem, I'm going to be absolutely furious. It'll be unbelievable. Okay, 2.3 is perfect. Next lap, please. Who's coming in? It's going to be George. And he's into the box. Hamilton overtakes Stroll. Great racing, brother. Right, so that is just fine for me. He's in and he's out. Perfect. Let's go, George. That means we should be absolutely fine for a cheeky little 1-2 right now. Right, George out for a nice outlap, please. Need to push him a little bit more, it looks like. Push on the fuel, and we'll push on the deploy as well. And by the end of the next few laps, the gap will have closed right up, and then we can bring the tyres back down into a nice range. And everything should be absolutely fine until the end of the race. We don't see these too much. It's a crash involving multiple cars. It's down at the back of the field, so no one really cares. But it's an Alpine tag and a hat. Wow, that was so crazy, guys. And Perez is into the box. He's going to be... Oh, you're way down there, buddy. He's on a set of mediums. What the hell are they doing? How are they got mediums? Well, how many laps? 30 laps? Damn, they might be taking those mediums to the end. Look at the wear on those, dude. Absolutely killing their tyres. That's crazy. So we've got a gap of 10 seconds behind Russell now to Sainz. And that's where we'll find Perez, and then 3 more seconds behind him is where we'll find Verstappen. I mean, so we've got a couple of options right now. So we can hold on to these hards, or we could really push the hards, and then box. So if we really push the hards, obviously it's going to come down to about here, I'm assuming. And I don't have a set of mediums, so it would be a set of softs. That is about a 128, a 125, and in comparison, it's slower. Okay, so we'll be sticking to the hards until the end, and I think we're probably going to be the best option, really. Well, this is not the most ideal situation. Russell and Perez were having a lot of battles, but we couldn't really keep him behind. And now we're sort of in a situation where all the cars are bunched together at the front. Russell's falling off the back, and we've pushed a lot with Russell, and his pace isn't quite the same as what Hamilton has. And Perez is really fast on these tyres as well. I mean, but the mediums, surely they've got to fall off soon. Verstappen's mediums are a little bit newer, and he is 8 seconds behind. So I'm hoping, yeah, Perez now in front of Hamilton, which isn't amazing, to be honest, but I guess that's what happens. But I hope towards the end of the race their tyres will absolutely fall off and they won't be able to push so much, and then Verstappen will be behind us anyways. So the Drivers' Championship will be looking nice and good. But maybe the Constructors is less nice. But look at these gaps, man. We are right up there, aren't we? Let's conserve a little bit of fuel,
Just up the limit,
and then we'll be able to push towards the last couple of laps, I think. So this is going to be the lap that I'm going to push with Hamilton. We are going to absolutely go for it. I don't want to overtake him right now, but I want to overtake him on this DRS straight and absolutely fly past him. Let's go. We should be able to make a move here. We are pretty close. We've got the DRS. We're pushing the car. Can we make it into the braking zone? It looks like the overtake is going to get done, which is lovely, but is he going to be able to defend? Oh, Russell's fallen away a bit here now as well, which is not the best, is it? Actually, we'll push the tyres on Russell as well. Yeah, hopefully now we can push for the rest of the race with Hamilton. Their tyres are just absolutely terrible, dying off on the mediums now. So we'll push with Hamilton towards the end. And once Russell is back within DRS, we're going to have to push him to get back into DRS, but he should be able to overtake Perez as well. And by the time we get to the next DRS zone, he's outside the DRS, but so is Russell. You know, good and bad. Hopefully Hamilton can keep him out of the DRS, but he might be able to get it down into the first turn as well. But I really want Russell to start picking up the pace. That would be ideal, really, to get the overtake on the last lap, but it's probably not going to happen. Well, here we are, the last lap, guys. Let's go. And this is the chance Russell's got to overtake Perez with the DRS. He's pushing, and he's passed him. He's passed him into the braking zone, and Perez is behind, but he's coming back in the braking zone. He's going to try and take the inside on the next turn. It looks like Russell's completed the overtake, but he's coming back still. And there's still a few more corners to go, guys. But hopefully this pushing is going to give us a nice 1-2. Verstappen way off the pace on this the third stint of tyres today. And boom, there we go. Let's go. A 1-2 with Mercedes with grid penalties. Let's go. That shows the pace of the car. Hamilton extends his lead in the Drivers' Championship. Verstappen, P4 finish. Where was he today? What a podium, guys. What a race. Lewis wins again. Perez had a really good race. He could have won that, but, you know, our strategy was just slightly better. We had more tyres to use up with the compounds that we were on. Verstappen fell off. Look at the gap. What's that? 18 points difference now, which is pretty good, and a huge gap in the constructors as well. It's just if we can keep beating Verstappen, that would be way better. But look at that. Very good, very nice. On to the second race of the Episodia. And it's going to be Perez home Grand Prix, the Mexican Grand Prix. Let's go. And this is going to be the setup. We're going to go 6, 5, and 13. Then we're going to hit 2, 8, and 3, 5. And we're going to leave this 0.5 the same. And we're going to simulate all the practice sessions again. And it's going to be... Tell us we're fast. Ooh, not so quick. And there is the satisfaction. 97 on Russell, 89 on Hamilton. And it's going to be an engine penalty as well. For Russell. That's not too bright, is it? Car parts, where we're looking at a very close to an engine as well. Maybe we just take the hit and give Hamilton one as well. That will be the last penalty of the season. We're already looking pretty slow. The new engine will be nice. I suppose we just start the qualifying. Simulate the race. Hopefully we do good. 6th Hamilton. What the hell? Why we got... Oh, that's interesting. Why are all the times like not appearing? Again, Mac doesn't need a penalty. That is so strange. When is he gonna take one? And that confirms +5. We're in 5th and 9th for Hamilton. Oof. So we're gonna try out the one-stop strategy for this race. Start on the mediums and end on the hards. If there's a safety car, we'll deal with that. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's go. And it's lights out and away we go. Perez, Leclerc, and Verstappen are at the front of the grid, but Russell is coming in nice and hot, already making the moves. Russell fighting now with Leclerc, and he's past Leclerc as well. Oh, Leclerc comes back at him, which is a bit of a shame. Hamilton up a spot already, fighting with Yuki Tsunoda of all cars, but there we go. Hamilton takes the lead of Tsunoda. Not the race, of course. If we're bloody miles away from that, even if we can catch up to them guys. But Russell obviously put the car on pole, so there's obviously a chance where we can be faster than everyone else. Perez already pulling out huge gaps on Verstappen. It just would be great scenes if Perez won his own race, you know, in Mexico. And he is flying as well. Started on the softs. Huge soft as well. Maybe they're wearing in quite nicely. Guys, we are gonna need a miracle. We are so slow on this track with the new engine as well. It's crazy how slow the cars are. Well, at least we have a little bit of hope. So obviously Verstappen has pulled, what's that, about 7.5 seconds to Russell and Hamilton, but because they're using the softs obviously instead of the mediums, they were quicker than us. But that does mean they have an extra stop, and that pull of the time that they gained wasn't so much in this first 18 to 20 laps. That I think the one stop might be a little bit of a better strategy. Obviously Perez is now down here. He does have a lot of free air, but then he's got to re-overtake all these cars again. That'll be the same for Verstappen. I'm gonna guess he's boxing next lap or something like that. Crash? Don't tell me that was with us. Okay. Well, I saw Perez. It's gone. Where did he go? Where is he? Why is he down here? Oh, he's not really gone that far. He's just fallen a few spots, but he was right behind us. Well, this is a tough decision. So we're now 5 seconds. Stroll is battling Max for the win. We are 5 seconds behind on the hards. We can push them to the end, and I think they could make it. Oh, look at this. We could box to the softs. I don't want to leave it too late. If we box to the softs, we could send it to the end right now. We might be able to make up 5 seconds with the box, but it's going to be a big ass. They've got a lot of wear on those mediums still. Perez has just boxed. How far behind is he? He's going to be closing up like crazy to us. Let's check lap history. Perez. This is an out lap. Ooh. He's hitting 121s. What was he doing at the start? 121s. We'll have to figure something out. Now, this might be the stupidest thing we ever did from a P3, P4. But if we look at the lap times, last lap, we're about the same. And we're pushing everything. We could try and let it go one more lap. I think the mediums are just going to be way better than that. Or we could box to the softs and match Perez. He's only 6 seconds behind us, which is a killer. So it's a really tough decision. We're close to the front, but Perez on the softs is going to catch us up and literally overtake us so quickly. So what we're doing is we're boxing both cars this lap. You're joking. Hamilton boxing absolutely ruined Russell's race as well from the 6-second box. That is unbelievable. Well, you win some and you lose some, and that is absolutely just terrible. Having another slow stop gives us an extra 4 seconds. That has just ruined the race. That is terrible. Wow. Thanks, guys. Well, unbelievably, this is where we're probably going to finish. 3 laps to go. At least Lance Stroll's going to win the race. That takes some more points off Verstappen. And we're absolutely sending it. But man, the huge pit stop. We would literally be leading the race. Well, we'd be very close to it anyways if we didn't have a huge pit stop delay on the car. And that's just absolutely ruined it for us. But yeah, what a way to go, huh? What a way. And that's it. Stroll wins the race. Unbelievably. Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell. Terrible. Well, this is what it does to the drivers. There's only a 5-point increase from Verstappen, which isn't too bad. And Red Bull do catches up a little bit in the constructors, but for such a terrible race with a huge pit stop issue, we had the pace as well to be a top car, but the wrong strategy, the 2-stop, you know, the 1-stop into the 2-stop was just a really poor strategy in the end. The 1-stop not paying off. Cost cap fine. Oh, get out. No one cares about the cost cap anymore. It's all about winning the championship, and so far we are winning the championships. Next up is Brazil. It's race number 3, and then next episode we'll have the last 2 races for a blockbuster finish to the season. And Brazil is a big race for us. We've got 2 race winners here, Russell and Hamilton. very important. Surely we can pick up the win. Once again, no one cares about the race preparation. Onto the Brazilian Sao Paulo Grand Prix. What a lovely track this is as well, of course. As I said, we've got 2 race winners, and hopefully we've got a strategy to win, please. And this weekend, we've got a rainy weekend, which is pretty crazy. If it's dry to wets or wets to dries, that'd be pretty interesting for us. And this is going to be the setup that we're going to use for both cars. It's only 1 session. It's another sprint race weekend. And finally, some good news. Verstappen is on a penalty. Let's go. Setup satisfaction after just 1 session. 96 George, 88 Lewis. Let's go. And now we're starting quali in the inters. I mean, I'm just going to simulate all the quali, and hopefully we come out in a good spot. What the heck is that? Remember, this is a sprint race weekend. The softs or the mediums? It's a bit difficult actually, because the softs will be fine at the end. I think we'll go softs for this one. I think we'll be okay on those. And they might absolutely fall off towards the end, but we'll have a lot of pace at the start. 5 and 6 for the qualifying. Absolutely terrible. No way would I have expected to be down there, but of course Max Verstappen this weekend is taking a penalty. Everyone else is running the medium tyres. And it's 5 lights out, and away we go on a different strategy. And when you see all the cars on one tyre, it usually means everyone's on that tyre. So hopefully we're able to make some overtakes. That would be super cool if we can. Is rain coming in there? Well, I don't think rain is today. No, race is on the Sunday, so that will be tomorrow. This is crazy. We're overtaking Stroll, but the Red Bulls are just so quick. It's unbelievable. They're obviously in like a little bit of a DRS thing by themselves. A crash? Who the hell is crashing, man? It was Charles Leclerc and his teammate. Wow. Into turn 1, a little bit of contact, a little bit of slidey. So my options with Russell: push and try and break this gap. I'm just chilling out with Lewis right now, actually. I think that would be a good option. We're behind Stroll. I don't think Stroll's going to overtake Russell. Science plus 5 seconds. Yeah, get into that DRS. Get into the DRS, man. Come on. Then we can stop pushing the tyres, because I don't want to push these tyres, really. There we go. Okay, now, hopefully, we can chill. Now that we're this close to the cars. Stroll has fallen off Russell a little bit, but he's right next to the Red Bulls. If we're just normal... Okay, the gap is not too bad. Hamilton's now overtaken. Russell runs wide. Well, the gap's the same, so I don't really care. But tyre temps are up a lot. Maybe towards the end of the race will be absolutely terrible for us. But we've got a big gap back behind Stroll and Ocon anyways. And Verstappen does, of course, have the penalty, but he'll pick the points up from the sprint anyways. So maybe is now the time to start conserving a little bit of fuel, seeing if we can save the tyres and then push towards the end on the fuel. I think that would be pretty good. The gaps are looking tasty as well. Let's go. So we're going for the same strategy, no messing around, not trying to mess around. Obviously, towards the end of the race, I thought we were just chilling, but yeah, that was a bit of a mistake from me leaving the fuel on. It's just the way it is, I guess, you know. But you know, in a normal day when I'm not stressing about recording and watching the cars mess around, we should be fine. For what was we, 4 and 5? So if we were 4 and 5 again, fine. If we're worse or better, that's cool. You know, we're just chilling. Let's go. Well, I didn't want this to happen, but I've seen there's a crash and Perez has got a penalty, and I don't know what happened. Verstappen into the car. There's a little bit of contact, not much really happened. Oh, they stopped and there's contact. Well, they're still in front of me anyways, I think. So it wasn't too much of a hindrance. Maybe one of them's going to have to box with damage. No, they stay out, but Perez has got a penalty. And that brings us right up in there, but Lance Stroll again. Lance Stroll, the monster, is leading another race. Look at it. There's a huge DRS grid as well. Look at them all coming round. Even the Ferraris are joining in on the fun. We'll push Russell as well, just to make sure we can hold off the cars behind, because that would be terrible. We'll watch the fuel as well, make sure we don't empty that tank. But Hamilton might have a chance to overtake, and even Verstappen and Perez are having a lot of fighting down here, and Hamilton's going for a move, which would be great if we can get past Perez on the track. And that will give us a chance to overtake on the last lap Verstappen, which is just the way different races end up turning out, you know. Yeah, we still got a little bit of fuel. We're on the last lap now, and we're going to make the overtake on Verstappen. Can we hold him off? Where are we? We're at the end of this straight. Where's Verstappen? Oh my god. Well, he's definitely fighting. Maybe Hamilton can hold on though, which would be great. Russell has fallen off though, so we've gained places with Hamilton, but we've lost with Russell. So you know, it's gains and losses. But Lance Stroll is going to win this one, which is crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Hamilton, he's got to put. There's no way. You're joking. Well, that was absolutely crazy, guys. What a qualifying into the sprint race for the very first time. Let's go. And this time, guys, we finished 2 and 4, splitting the Red Bulls. I mean, it's not too bad. The gap was huge in front of us. That's just the way it is. That's the way we're going to settle. Not too bad at all. Quite happy with that. I mean, I was, what was we, 4 and 5 or 3 and 4 the time before? It's just the way it is. Let's go. And now it gets interesting, guys. Heavy rain. Action needed. Car parts missing. The front wing is damaged. Ruh-roh. Well, we'll just emergency manufacture another one, because that's the only thing we can do, and it's back on the car. It's all good to go. Right, so we are now 1 and 3 in the rain. It starts very heavily at about lap 40. So how can we get to lap 40 in the quickest amount of time? So we'll be going soft, I reckon. Might be a little bit of a push, maybe soft medium. Soft medium up until where it starts raining, and then we'll probably, oh, wrong button, we'll probably go onto the wets because it is heavy rain, but then maybe we've got an inter period after 15 laps or so. I think this will be our strategy. 4 or 6, same difference really, isn't it? So let's go for this. Softs to the mediums on lap 20. I won't bother changing Lewis's because I simply can't be bothered. So let's go. Let's start this race. And we're looking at the 5 big bright red lights, and away she goes. So we'll be pushing both cars off the start. Super easy. Make sure you follow. Just full push off the start. Maybe after 2 or 3 laps or so, there's a penalty. Who's that for? Sainz. 10-second penalty. What the hell has he done there? Crash involving multiple cars. We'll watch it. Hopefully Verstappen got. Don't see Verstappen. Is that Verstappen or was that Perez? I didn't see a number. Oh, that was a 10-second penalty, was it? What the hell? Where's Verstappen? P12. Oh, we are smashing this race. Let's go. We just got to push and push and hope for the best. And this is the sort of strategy that we're going to go for. Straight onto the wets is a bit risky, but that's you know, it's just the way it is, I guess. Let's stay like this. Verstappen's still 13th. Let's go. So we're able to push. Still, Verstappen's now P10. He's got a few cars to overtake. Now he's in 9th. He's got past a few of the slower cars, but the faster cars are coming up after Albon. Bottas finds himself in P6, which is unbelievable, but our gap to Perez is increasing, which is very nice to see, and it looks like a Mercedes win is coming today. Let's go. Okay, the cars are going to be coming into the boxes. 2.4, please. Is he coming in? Okay, he's in now. 2-3. Perfect. Let's go. And even after the box, we're still in front. We're still in front of Verstappen, which is big news. But what happened? Why is Russell so far behind all of a sudden? 3.5 seconds? Was that? I don't know what's going on with him. And this is not such bad news because we're going to gain a lot of fuel back. There's now a safety car has just been called out. Sainz is out of the race. And maybe that already happened, but I don't think it did. Surely not. But here we go. We're going to be conserving everything and going until the end. Stroll's going to box, and he's now going to be in front of Verstappen as well. So is Bottas just behind him, which is pretty sad. Stroll with a pit stop issue, but he is still in front of the Red Bulls. And I guess we'll just go until the safety car is due in. Shouldn't be too far away, right? Unbelievable! Why is he boxed now? What the hell is he doing? Poor Ocon was running in P3 and he boxes. A lap too late, it looked like, buddy, when the safety car was already out there. Wow. And the cars are going around again. Is he going to let Hülkenberg re-overtake the pack, please? Lot of cars. Wow, we're going to have to spend ages behind the safety car for Hülkenberg to catch back up to the back of the pack now. It won't be this lap. Will it? It might be. Yeah, it's gonna be this lap. Okay.
So safety car
The
will be
tyres
in
are
this
still
lap.
warm. It's absolutely sizzling down there, but you know we've got the power to push. Do I go always defend? I'll go maybe defend, but I don't want him to fight the teammate because I don't want a big battle at the back behind us. So here we go. This is going to be the restart. And Hulkenberg, the gap for Hulkenberg is huge, bless him. But here we are. This is what we're looking at right now. This is the restart after the safety car. Hopefully after this first lap, we are seconds ahead of Stroll. Okay, so we're still in a 1-2 right now. We are still quite close to the cars behind us. We've not been able to pull a huge gap. As you can see, we're now 3 minutes to 60% rain, so it's not going too badly. And look at the close pack of cars behind. So it's going to take a lot of rain for us to have to box. But, you know, that's just where we're at, I guess. Let's assist that just so we can save a little bit more ERS, I guess. But the rain is coming, and it's just started raining now. And by the time we get round to the end of the lap, it's hardly wet at all. So that's absolutely fine, no problem there. In a few laps, it will be time to box. Let's see what the track details are saying. So it looks like we'll need the wets in about 3 or 4 laps time, which is okay. But the rest of the cars have now caught up to us from behind, which is no good at all. We're gonna have to set Russell to always defend and hope for the best. Okay, here we are, guys. So cars are now boxing in front of us, and we're almost at the pit entry ourselves. So now we're in a sort of a position where we could go one more lap, but it's raining a lot this lap, and it's gonna be very wet by the time we get around. So I think, do we box Hamilton now for the wets? I think by the time we come out, it's going to be very wet anyways. But some cars have gone around. Who's gone around? Nick De Vries has gone around, but that's because Tsunoda's boxing. And Hulkenberg as well has gone around. But the rest of the cars aren't quite... Well, actually, Hulkenberg's not there yet, but I think he's going to go around. But the cars in front are all out for another lap anyway. So I think, do we box now? And hope for the best. I don't want to box Russell because he's going to be... of course, Hamilton's behind him. Let me look at Hamilton. What are you doing? Unless I try to slow him down, let Hamilton overtake. Verstappen's only 2 seconds behind. Are we going to lose 2 seconds on this lap in the wet? I think maybe it's a tough choice. I think we'll send Russell around again and box next lap for the wets, and we push this guy now into the box, and hopefully Verstappen stays out as well. Look at the rain. Oh, no. Oh, we've missed it. It's definitely time for the wets right now. Verstappen's boxing and Perez is also boxing. Oh, it's a mistake. Russell, no. That is so poor. The water just came down so much as soon as we passed the line. Now Russell is going to be in a terrible spot. Where's he going to come out? Not too bad. It's not too bad. It's okay. Oh, man. Well, Verstappen, there's a big gap behind us, and there's a big gap in front of us. So I guess we just send the tyres a little bit to start with. The temperatures are going to go way up, and it's going to absolutely ruin them. Look at the percent. How are we 77% on the tyres already? Wow. Just not wet enough for them to be in a great range, but there we go. Now it's full wet conditions. We're in a 1 and a 3 right now. What can we do? Not got much of anything to use anywhere at the moment. It's just going to get wetter and wetter. What have we got in terms of... Maybe it's inters at the end, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's not. 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, 2.2. Ooh, man. How do we withstand that? Do we push the tyres a little bit more? Ooh, I suppose that you can't really see what happens if I... So if I'm going to have to add it. Well, actually, no, that's going to show me, isn't it? The wets on a full push should be absolutely fine at the end, right? They should be fine at the end. That's both on a push. Oh, look, the wear is very high. I don't quite believe it just yet.
Required.
I don't quite believe it. 77, 72, 71. Maybe it was just a bit too dry for the wets, and it really took a toll on them in the first few laps. 82 now. Where's Verstappen? 79. I think we'll be okay. And this is not at all what we wanted to see. Not at all what I wanted to see. Verstappen is right up behind Hamilton. Look at the tyre wear. I don't believe how quickly the wets are absolutely scrubbing off. We've got 10 laps to go. Actually, cars are boxing. Cars are boxing. That means it's going to be time for inters. Track details. It's coming down. I think if we box now, we should be all good. Onto the inters we go. I think we're going to be fine. So now all we've got to do is absolutely pray. If they've boxed onto a set of wets, they haven't. 74% inters. What the hell is he doing? That is absolutely terrible. Hamilton, into the box, please. Yes. Verstappen stays out. Oh no. This could be really, really good or really, really bad. Right, the stop time. 2.4s each. 20. Okay. The time for Russell's pit was not affected at all. Surely now it's going to completely dry the track out. We're going to be pushing to the end. And we should be absolutely fine. It's still quite heavy on the water, but surely Verstappen's going to box this lap. Yellow flags. Why yellow flags? We're still good. We're good. Please. Please, for the love of God, let us overtake these cars. Okay, and Perez is still out. Verstappen's coming out the box. He's behind. He's coming up to speed. He's behind. Was that our car? Where's Russell? Where's Russell? Please, go faster. Hamilton is way down the straight. Russell is right next to him. Ooh, and Verstappen's going to cut us off. And Verstappen stays in front of Russell, but there's a 3-second gap again to Hamilton. Surely he can't. And Perez is still on the wets. You're done, buddy. You're done. He's obviously going to box and he's going to fall way down the order.
At the moment.
So good job on the box. Yep, there goes Perez. He's in. Is he going to... Well, to be fair, 40 seconds? Jeez. There's still Albon's out on the wets. What is he doing? What is he doing? Unless it's going to rain more and go back to wets and then we look like Muppets. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're okay. We're going to have to send it, please. Please, George. High overtake. Aggression.
Just show me what you've got then.
Hope for the best. Albon's out in P10. That's actually solid from him, isn't it? Russell is going to be right behind Verstappen. This is going to be a crazy few last laps. I'm going to have to watch the fuel, that is for sure. The rain is still coming down a little. Is it raining? I can't really tell. Russell? Go on, George. No. Complete that move. Yeah, and then into the inside on this next. Push him off the track. That's what we want to see. I want to see Verstappen in the wall. Yes, George. Get past him, buddy. Hopefully now we're in front. We can absolutely fly away from him. If not, kind of sad. Deploy, buddy. Deploy. Just send it.
Push and hold it,
Send it, buddy. Yes. Pull away. No, don't let him come back. Don't let him come back. And we're pushing the fuel like crazy as well. Oh, there we go. The gap's up 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. We're pushing the fuel like mad, and it's not really dropping too much at all. Verstappen's very close, but either way, it's going to be a win for Lewis. Another win. Verstappen is going to finish behind us, hopefully. This is the last lap. Lewis Hamilton. What a driver. Please, George, don't let the car fall off the track. That would be terrible. Push a little bit more. Verstappen's right behind us towards the finish line. There it is. And we secure a 1-2 in Brazil. Another race win. Exactly what I was looking for. Look how dark this screen is as well, because it is really cloudy. And we finished the race. Verstappen in P3. Yes. Yes. Getting. That is going a whiz to securing the championships for us. Win 10 Grand Prix in one career. You know me. I just be pulling out the dubs. Easy as you like. Hamilton and Russell swap places. Verstappen up 8, so it's a huge improvement for him, which is nice. But the gap increases in the constructors and the drivers, of course. 7 extra points. That is what? Is that a full... Oh, no, that's 20 points. 20-point gap right now. race wins. We're at 9 with you. That is crazy, isn't it? 9-7-1. Perez has got 3. Has anyone else won a race yet? No, just these 4 guys have won a race. Even Charles Leclerc hasn't won, and he's right next to Perez. He didn't get any points that race either. That is pretty sad, isn't it? Okay, guys. That leaves us with just 2 races to go, and we are firmly in the lead of the constructors, and we've got a 20-point lead above Max in the drivers as well. So we're very close to securing the wins in these. Who cares about the pit? Why is it not even showing the pit stops? Don't even care. Right, we are struggling, and I tell you why we're struggling is because if I manufacture this, I can't do it under the cost caps. I have to do it like this. Then if I replace the car part, it costs so much money to make the car part. Yeah, which piece do we want? So, oh, that is which piece do we want? Well, we already have one of those, so I might as well just put one on each car, right? Save some money, because we have 5 million left. And the reason for that is because we're over the cost cap. Every time I make a piece which has to be rushed at 2.2 million or something, like this one was rushed for 900,000, I've had to pay an extra 900,000 on top of it, so the prices are double. And if I'm making 2 pieces, then we're just, the prices of everything is crazy. But there's only 2 races left, so yeah, onto the Las Vegas Grand Prix, guys, for the last races of the season. 2 races to go. Be sure to check in on the next episode. It's coming soon. Make sure you like this and subscribe down below. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.